Again, some of you do not know United Church of Christ, just found out about liberation theology, just found out about the United Church of Christ. The conference minister, Dr. Jane Fizzler Hoffman, a white woman, and her husband not only are members of the congregation, but on her last Sunday before taking the assignment as the interim conference minister of the Southern California Conference of the United Church of Christ, a white woman stood in our pulpit and said, "I am unashamedly African."
You first gained media attention, significant media attention for your sermon several weeks ago. Why did you wait so long before giving the public your side of the soundbite story?
As I said to Bill Moyes, and he also edited this one out, because of my mother's advice to me. My mother's advice was being seen all over the corporate media channels. And it's a paraphrase of the book of Proverbs, where it is better to be quiet and be thought a fool than to open your mouth and remove all doubt. The media was making a fool out of itself because it knew nothing about our tradition. And so I decided to let them make a fool as long as they wanted to, and then take the advice of Paul Lawrence Dunbar and lies, lies, bless the Lord. Don't you know the days abroad? Don't make me come across this room. I had to come across the room because they start understand when you're talking about my mama once again and talking about my faith tradition once again. How long do you let somebody talk about your faith tradition before you speak up and say something in defense of, this is not an attack on Jeremiah Wright. Once again, let me say it again. This is an attack on the black church. And I cannot, as a minister of the gospel, allow the significant part of our history, most African Americans and most European Americans, most Hispanic Americans, have the names I called in my presentation I've never heard of because they don't know anything at all about our tradition. And to lift up those, they would have died in vain had I just kept quiet longer and longer and longer and longer. As I said, this is an attack on the black church. This is not about Obama, McCain, Hillary, Bill, Chelsea. This is about the black church. This is about Barbara Jordan. This is about Fannie Lou Hamer. This is about my grandmama.
Do you think it is God's will that Senator Obama be president?
I said I would offer myself for candidacy for vice president. I have not offered myself for candidacy of God. I can't presume to know what God would want. In my tradition, however, what is saying to me as it pertains to the candidacy is what God has for you is for you. If God intends for Mr. Obama to be the president, then no white racist, no political pundit, no speech, nothing can get in the way, because God will do what God wants to do.
Okay, we are almost out of time, but before asking the last question, we have a couple of matters to take care of. First of all, let me remind you of our future speakers. This afternoon we have Dan Glickman, Chairman and CEO of the Church Association, who is discussing trading up movies in the global marketplace. On May 2nd, Bobby Jindal, the governor of the state of Louisiana, will discuss bold reform that works. On May 7th, we have Glenn Tilton, CEO, United Airlines, and board member of the American Transport Association. Second, I would like to present our guest with the official Centennial mug.
And there she is look at that, the official Centennial mug to top things off.
She said there's one more question. What a list of questions we just heard.
Incendiary.
And the answers.
I don't think any of us expected it to get quite this heated.
Reverend Wright's an angry 75-year-old black man. All 75-year-old black men are angry. Is that funny? Is that true? Is it unfortunate? What do you think?
I think it's just like the media. I'm not 75.
I'd like to thank you all for coming.
That concludes the Reverend Jeremiah Wright answering questions at the National Press Club in Washington, D.C. I don't think he helped Barack Obama any, and he really didn't change much for himself because, he never rescinded anything that he said before. He's pretty much standing on what he believes. However, he says he's not a politician, but I think he's learning pretty quick how a politician lives with this type of questions and answers. Thanks for watching.